So chivalry is not dead.
It certainly is not.
So gentlemen, things do not go unnoticed. Women love chivalry. Women love a true gentleman.
Yes. And so what is a gentleman? What is a gentleman? It's a man who pays attention to allowing the woman to feel like she's somebody special.
Like a lady.
Right.
Like a lady.
Feeling like, and what does that mean? What does that mean? That means doing the little things that she will definitely notice.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
Right.
let's get to the simple things. Let's start with the simple things.
Yeah.
First of all, it's, you know what, we always say lady comes first. So whether it's ordering at a restaurant, you know, like let the woman, you know, order her drink first, decide what she's having on the menu. Ladies come first. Also, open the door for a lady, for a woman. Because let me tell you, a man who opens the door and lets a woman go through, oh, like, you know what? The first thing she thinks of is, oh, what a gentleman. Like, honestly, this is how we think. So it's little things that are so important.
Right. Another example that we were talking about earlier was an elevator. If there are some men in an elevator, don't go bolting out of the elevator before the... All you have to do is look at her and do a hand gesture.
Just say, you know, go first, right?
I have to tell you, that speaks volumes as to how you have manners and how
well,
women
what's the first
do
thought? What's our
first.
first thought when that happens?
Your mama raised you so well.
She did, and think, oh, what?
Yep.
Like it's a good
And that's
what
at
a
every
gentleman.
age, man.
Doesn't matter.
Every
and it's
age,
happened.
man.
You know what? Listen, I've been in the elevator where someone in their 20s or 30s have done that. I mean, I think, wow. And I've been in the elevator where someone just bolts out in front of me. I'm thinking,
Right.
oh,
And you know what?
terrible.
Really, it's quite rude.
It is.
It is quite
rude.
rude.
And listen, I've also seen. I mean, you know, I've been out at a restaurant and kind of watching a couple on a date, and I'll never forget this. And I kind of, you know, knew the person, so you know, kind of watching from the corner. And as they left, I guess it was not a good date. He was just not interested. But this was like a total turn off. I'm thinking, actually, I was disgusted. This was the kind of like, oh my God, did I just see what I saw? He walked in front, opened the door, didn't even hold the door for her, and kind of just left. The door kind of almost slammed in her face. And I'm thinking,
That's awful.
that's awful, awful. Gentlemen, never ever do that. Never.
No.
Like-
You know what? That is just plain and simply rude. You know what? I have never, ever in my life closed the door on a person.
I
you
open
know.
doors for people.
Right.
So
Your
what-
peripheral vision always sees that person. But if you're actually on a date and you don't even hold the door open, even behind you, you know what? I'm sorry. That is
But
a
it's-
huge turnoff for any woman of any age.
Yeah, and okay, and also, you know what, baggage. Women who are if you're on a trip and you see a woman struggling,
Yes.
either it's on a plane, on a train, struggling to put her bag up
On the overhead
on
bins.
the overhead bins. Oh, help her. You know
Do
what?
it for her. Never
You know,
mind.
get
help
up.
her.
I mean, listen, I've experienced it where in Italy, you know, I was telling the story with me and my sister both holding on, trying to put up, you know,
Right.
our baggage onto the rail above, and a man, you know, got up immediately to help us. I'm thinking, oh my God, like, okay, what an impression. So these little things
Yes.
leave such a strong, great.
Right, but not only
impression.
in the person who's receiving that kind gesture, but think about all the other women that are sitting there and looking at that
watching,
man,
yes.
watching and thinking, wow,
What a gentleman.
that makes
That's exactly what we
but,
think.
But
What
that
a
makes
gentleman.
him 10 times more attractive.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
You know, these are the little tips. We're not here to tell you that you're doing things wrong.
No, there's
Well, you
little
might be doing things
Oh,
wrong.
yes, you might be. These are like little characteristics that make a man a true gentleman. So
Right.
these are characters of a true gentleman.
Right, but these are also characteristics that make a woman notice. And if
Oh.
you want to be the guy that stands out in the crowd, make sure that you're a gentleman 100%, and make sure that you're aware of the little details, that you're aware of those little things.
It's almost-
Because that woman, even if you're not the most attractive guy in the room,
Even if you don't connect, do you know what?
That's
She
right.
will remember and say, oh my God, he was such a gentleman. Or you are like, they're little things. But let me tell you, it makes such a huge impression on a woman. And also the people around, they do notice it. If you go to a restaurant and even
Absolutely.
pull out her chair, help her with her coat. You know what? I mean, honestly,
Hold on. You know how many fights that have evoked in like married people? Because
Really?
a woman would turn around to her husband and say, "You don't do that for me." That aside, but you know,
but it's little gestures. And again, it's
Yes.
the respectful gestures, right? It's just the little
Right.
things you do, and compliments. Okay, a man should always compliment a woman, always.
Everybody loves
As
a
in
genuine compliment.
As in, yes, a
Don't
woman,
fake one. Don't fake one,
No.
because on every person you can find something that is attractive to them. Whether it's a beautiful dress that they're wearing or their hair is done beautifully. I mean, don't lie to the woman, but really compliment her on something that she took some time. She took time to get ready for this date. As should you. You should be taking time to
Exactly.
get ready for this date too. Which brings us to men, take
Dress.
care of the way you're dressed.
dress,
please.
you know, a dress with presence, right? I mean, take pride in what you're wearing. Okay, don't
It's
go out on a
important.
date with a baseball cap, shorts, and sneakers. Unless you're going to the ball game, and that's okay, but
That's different.
that
Or
is
if you're
gonna
going
leave
to
the worst
the beach.
impression. 'Cause
Right.
that's just showing that you didn't take the effort in looking good, and it's for your own self, right?
Right. You
It's
look like you rolled out of bed.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, just make the effort. I think every gentleman really takes pride in the way he looks. It's his presence.
And the
The
way
way he
you smell.
dresses and the
Put
way
on
you
some
smell.
really good cologne, because man, oh
It's
man,
gotta
that's
be
a
good.
turn on. It is. You know what? If a man walks by and he smells good, or if you're just first, meeting that person and you lean into him, it's like, because it's just, well, what does perfume do? It evokes all of these really good
Sense it.
feelings in you. Of
It's all the
course.
sensual.
It's the scent, and if it
scent.
smells really good, and if it smells really good on him, it's like,
Yeah, we do remember these little things. I'm sure men would remember, a woman who smells beautiful too. And if she does,
course.
tell her she smells beautiful.
Of course.
Listen,
Well-
I will tell a man if he smells really good. He smells, and
Oh,
when
yeah.
a man tells me, it's like, wow, okay.
Exactly, because I think people, as you are more self-aware, your scent is very important to you. The perfume and the colognes or whatever it is that you're wearing is very important to you, because it's very personal to you, because it's your personal taste. And when that man
Just style.
notices or that woman notices, there's nothing else. I mean, it's an aphrodisiac, for crying out loud.
Okay, it is.
And we love aphrodisiacs, don't we?
And another thing, sort of signs of a true gentleman. So the curbside, walk on the curbside. So they always say, kind of, your woman should be
Protected. She
protected
feels protected.
from the street, right?
Yes.
It's actually an old medieval kind of tradition.
Well, you know what? It goes back centuries, and it's a beautiful gesture. And I have to say, every single woman I know notices that.
Yes, and I've honestly dated a man who would always do that, and every time he would do that, didn't matter. Like 3 years later, he was still doing that, and you just feel like symbolizes kind of this, you're protected. It's this man is protecting
It's
you.
the masculinity
It does.
protecting the femininity.
Yes.
Doesn't mean either sex is weaker. It means that there is just this feeling that the man wants to just say, don't worry.
I'm protecting
I'm
you.
protecting you.
I'm yes.
And every woman wants to feel protected, whether it's truly protecting them or not. I mean, that's a whole
Well,
that's a whole
feel
different
protected,
story.
right? It's just-
Nobody wants to get hit by the car.
No, nobody wants to get hit by the car.
But it's that whole feeling around it, and that feeling gentlemanly. And I know this sounds really old school. Some of the things that we're saying may sound old school to some people.
But you know what? This is sort of, and it is old school. Like we said, chivalry's not dead.
It
okay?
is.
So it's sort of, what is the modern gentleman? I mean,
The modern gentleman has all of the old school characteristics.
absolutely, right? And then we get to taking care of the bill. This is, I mean, you know what? We're in modern times.
We've
and
talked
listen,
about this a few times,
I'll
haven't
tell
we?
you, I think every gentleman should, when you're on a date, I'm sorry, but a woman will take care of you in different ways. Whether she makes you dinner, she does other things, and depending on going out, or depends how long you date, she will repay in different ways. No, but I'm not talking sexual. I'm talking like
I'm so
dinner.
sorry.
You know. But I mean, a gentleman, when that bill, okay, this is the most awkward situation. But when a bill arrives and it's presented to you, they don't know what to do. They put it in the middle. The gentleman should take it, slide it over to his side, and
Yes.
that's just a gesture saying,
Whether
"Don't
it's
worry,
a drink,
I've
whether
got
it's
it."
a coffee, whether it's a meal, whether it's a full, 5-course dinner. Really, if you're asking a woman out on a date, take care of the bill. Take care of the bill. We are more than happy to take care.
And
We
it's not
have
because,
our-
but it just,
right.
it also, okay, I know it's a very European thing. So let me tell you, like if you're in Europe and you even ask or suggest that you would want to pay, they get insulted.
Oh, they get
Because
very
it
upset.
emasculates
Yeah.
them, right? It's almost like they're brought up with a man takes care of sort of a woman.
It's a really beautiful gesture, and especially of women of a certain age and maturity level. You know, we want to be courted. We do want to be
I
courted.
think all women want to be courted. It doesn't
Yes.
matter how old you are. All women,
Right, and I agree.
appreciate,
but
but they appreciate and would love when they. I mean, because when they do get courted, it's like wow, they are in awe, right? They
of course,
it leaves such a great impression.
of course, but not. I have to say, Vera, not all women. Some women just want to be that fierce, independent, and that's great. And if that's the woman that you're looking for, great. But if you're looking for a woman who really likes chivalrous men, then guess what? You have to kind of
You can
play
still be very
this-
strong, but at the end of the
Of
day,
course.
you know what?
You have to play this part because a woman wants to feel special. Every woman wants to feel special. Men want to feel special, but in a different way. In a different way. Men want to be the ones, you know, when sometimes there's a lot of men, and all through time there's like these macho kind of, they're almost peacocking this macho attitude. Well, guess what? That hasn't changed. That may have been a little bit, it's probably a little bit more dull now, but that is a man wanting to take care of a woman, showing that woman that he wants to
That
show
he's
her
a
a good
man.
time. He's the man, that he wants to take care of what's happening. And sometimes we just have to allow that man to let his spirit out.
And be a man.
Right.
I mean, it's really important.
Because we
right?
really do want that. I mean, I know I do, and I know you do. We want to feel like that man really wants to be around us and treating us like a lady.
Which comes to
Right.
making plans, right? And I think men should and commitment and commit to plans, not commitment as in a relationship, but a man should make plans, stick to plans, not change plans, just be able to commit.
Absolutely.
Right? So go out of your way and sort of, you know what, if you want to go somewhere, make arrangements,
Exactly.
make a plan, make a reservation, whatever it is,
Exactly.
and take care of it.
And if you're not into her, the gentlemanly thing to do is to say so, and to not make the plans just because you think that, oh, well,
a true gentleman never reneges on a plan or
right.
a commitment. If he makes a commitment, he's there, no matter what. I'm sorry, right? You cannot just be that gentleman. Be a gentleman and commit and be there.
Yeah.
And chase. You know what? Chase your woman. You need to chase the woman. You do. Every
Men
gentleman,
love to chase, women love to be chased. There you go.
that has not changed. It has not changed. Right? At the end of the day, come on. To the men, I mean, men don't want to be chased because if they do, then it's not
Right.
as
Women can drop the hint that I'm interested, but men don't want a woman to chase them. Women don't want to chase the men. Really, we don't want to chase you. We
So
want to be chased.
if there's someone that you're really interested in, just make that effort and chase her. Chase her. Do the things that that she would love you to do. Stand out, right?
Exactly. It is a combination of a lot of little things that make a huge impact. Grand gestures are great. They really are. Grand gestures are great. But grand gestures are a little bit short-lived. If you live your life doing a series of small, wonderful gestures for people in general, then when you are out on a date with a woman, that naturally comes out. And I have to tell you, there is nothing sexier than a man who is a gentleman.
Absolutely, right? Yeah. And then again, it has to do with respect, and gentlemen never they don't gossip. They don't talk about other people. You know what? To them, everyone is equal,
And
they want to learn from people.
Right.
They're not.
And they don't start railing in about their ex-wives.
Absolutely not.
They don't even mention their ex-wives.
No.
Which is very important, because a lot of people feel like they should be talking about their. I'm not out on a date with you to talk about your old relationships.
No, that's the biggest turn off. Biggest turn
Yes.
off. Yeah, that conversation should never ever happen, ever, especially on a first date.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it
It's
really
not about-
shouldn't be
it should be about
an issue at all.
No.
If you casually talk about your exes, after you've been dating for a while, of course, because it's natural, it's part of your life, and if you had, children with them or whatever it was, or if it was a hurtful breakup, sometimes, it does surface, but never on a first or second or third date when you're trying to get to know that new person. They don't want to hear about the hardships that you had with, the other people in your life. it's not fair.
It's not.
You're not giving that new relationship a chance.
No, you've already turned her off before you even started.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's manners, right? I mean, etiquette.
Very important.
Oh my God, like, just have manners. I mean,
Have
if you're out, and especially in a restaurant,
Don't lean on the table.
Don't
like,
lean on the table. I mean, I've been on a date where that's happened, and it's like, oh my God, like,
and that's a little bit.
just be.
That's a little bit kind of unnerving. It's because it's odd. It's odd. Sometimes when you do
I was
when
embarrassed
you don't
for
pay
him.
attention.
But I was embarrassed for him.
Right. Well, he was practically sleeping on the table.
Okay.
For crying out.
a little too comfortable. Put it that way. A little too comfortable.
Well,
I just, you know what, have, you know, it's the integrity. Have respect. Have manners. Have like etiquette.
right.
It's just be a true, like, these are signs, I mean, characteristics as you know, of a true gentleman.
Right. And if you want a whole list of how to be a proper gentleman, we just wrote a blog about that. So please visit us on girlfriendsintheroom.com and take a look at our blog, because it's really fun, and it's not there to
And you know what?
criticize.
No, it's not. At the end of the day, you know what, a woman,
We just want to tell you what we like.
and only that,
This is what we like.
But we want, a man who's got these wonderful characteristics, a true gentleman, will leave sort of an incredible
First impression
First
that
impression.
lasts whether you have
forever
connection
forever.
or not.
A woman will remember you forever. Like, honestly, 20 years, 30 years down the road.
I have to tell, we were chatting about the dates that we had, about these incredible men. We didn't connect with them. We didn't have the right chemistry with them, but we remembered the little things that they did, and this is what sparked this conversation.
How impactful
Right.
being a gentleman really is. So check us out, read our blog, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.